Hello and welcome to this EasyVid on enhancements to the refinement tools available in our bracket removal software in EasyRx 3D. So I have a model up that I've already oriented, and now I want to explain the new refinement tool enhancements. And there are really two major enhancements. We've added two new refinement tools, block out and cut out. And then for each refinement tool, we've added a slider bar where you can control the size and the depth of the refinement tool. So this is going to give you a lot more flexibility in refining the two surface after you've removed brackets from scans. So let's start by explaining size and depth, because that's going to give you the most flexibility. So number one, size is going to set the brush setting, determining the amount of the two surface to be changed. For example, a 0.58 size indicates the size of the two surface will be changed by 0.58. Depth indicates the amount of two surface to be raised or cut in by this measurement. So in this example, 0.18 of the two surface is going to be raised if using build or block out, or 0.18 will be cut in if using carve, margin, or cut out. So to combine those, for an example, with a size set at 0.58 millimeters and depth set to 0.18, the two surface is going to be changed by 0.58 millimeters wide, and it's going to be cut in or raised by 0.18. So that gives you a lot of flexibility. For those that have been using the bracket removal and the refinement tools, when you pick build, the size is set to the current setting and the depth is set to the current setting. So, and that's also true for build, carve, smooth, and margin. So if you've been using those refinement tools, when you pick build, it's going to act like it's always behaved or acted, or the two surfaces is going to be changed. So to show you what that can look like, I'm going to pick build. So here's the current build default. And I'm holding down the shift key and dragging with the left mouse button down. And so that's 0.5, 0.05. You'll also know we've improved this process, so the actual build or cut in is going to be a little bit more smooth to make for a better outcome. So let's go adjust the size up maybe to around 1 millimeter. And now you get something like that. And maybe I'll leave that at 1.16, but I want that raised a little bit more. So I adjust my depth, and now I get something like that. So you're going to have a lot more flexibility. Let me go over to carve. Carve's going to cut into the tooth. Again, when you pick the refinement tool, it goes to the default setting. So there's the default setting for carve, but I can adjust the size and depth to get a deeper carve. Smooth is going to work. Smooth, there's not a depth setting because it's not needed, but I can now smooth the surface, and again you can adjust the size, which is the amount of tooth surface that's going to be changed, to do something like that. Margin, now I happen to pick a scan that the margin's in good shape, but with margin you can do something like this to refine the margin. Again, same flexibility on size and depth. And then maybe you can go back and smooth that. And then here are the two new refinement tool options, block out and cut out. So block out. Block out's intended for use in two situations. Excuse me, let's say you're trying to block out an area for a lingual space for perhaps a lingual retainer and to make a suck down retainer, or maybe you want to block out undercuts. So I'm going to pick block out. Here are the default settings, and maybe I want to do something like that to add a little block out. Maybe I want a little bigger. I could do something like that. And then if I go choose cutout, cutout is really intended for use when adding a slight bit of retention interproximally by removing some of the gum or removing some of the gum to make room, say, for a clasp. So maybe I could do something like this. I could go over here, I could pick cutout, and I could kind of draw in perhaps a little something like that. That's one, that's the default setting. Maybe that's not big enough in the situation, so I could adjust my size and depth, and maybe I could do something like that. So we think these tools will really help refining the tooth surface after you've removed brackets. And it isn't a requirement to remove the brackets to use these refinement tools. They are bundled in with the bracket removal software, but you could open it up and say add a block out to a model that doesn't have brackets or did not have brackets. But, so they're going to be available if you have the bracket removal software enabled. I hope this helps answer some of your questions. As always, please reach out to us if you have any questions or follow-up thoughts. Thank you.